Okay, welcome to the Sensei video. This is Sensei teaching you right now. We're reviewing the Unit 6. Actually, it's more like the graphing rational expressions test. Give you the finger. Yeah. It's just my index finger. I'm not giving you the real finger. That's recorded. This finger, yeah, this is this finger. Look, yeah, I'm giving you the finger, but it's really this finger. Yeah, but it's this. Yes, it's my index finger. What? You thought it was really nice when I went like this? This is what I think about all you guys. You're number one. That's what I think. You're number one. That's what I think. It's just this finger. Don't show your parents that, honestly. That'll get. I'm not going to put this online. Okay.
Is it an asymptote?
Huh?
Is it an asymptote?
Don't swear to me. Jeez Louise.
Yes.
Huh?
Like this.
There's asymptotes, yes. What's the asymptote for this one? What can x not equal, Cluer? I got this for Christmas. I refuse to take the tag off.
Oh no.
Huh? Yeah, don't remove the tag. That's what I do when I steal stuff.
Did I get it? Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So how can we do this? Like, we've been talking about asymptotes. These ones we didn't really graph with the Let me see it there. First of all, a couple ways we can approach this. We can do the table, but as you know, the asymptote x cannot be equal 0, so it'll be here, right? And because it's x over m is less than n, we're going to have this here. And anyway, you don't need all that. You just need to do a table. Just do the table. We have x, f of x, and let's put in our numbers. It's easy. Let's put in -3, -2, -1. 0, 1, 2, and 3. 0 is no solution, right? And then plug in -3 will be -2 over 3. Right? -2/3. -2. Put a -2, we get -1. Any questions on how I got that? Should I work it out on the other side?
No.
Anyone? Plug in -2 for x. What's -2 over 2? -1, right? Right?
No. It's all positive.
Positive. Thank you. Thank you. And -2 over -2 is +1. So it'll be +1. And then this will be +2 because -2 over -1 is +2. Right? No solution with 0. -2 over 1 is -2. 2 over -2 is -1. 3 over -2 over 3 is -2/3. And so we can go ahead and graph it. I'm going to do it brown, my favorite color. -3, 1, 2, 3, 2/3. Right there, right? -2.
That's negative.
Oh, yeah, it is. Gosh darn it. Good thing we're recording this. Sorry, either TV land. -3, 1, 2, 3, and +2/3 would be right here. And then -2, +1 would be right there. And -1, +2 would be right here. And then you could just, what are we supposed to do with the asymptotes? Hug the asymptotes. Hug. Whoop. Hug. And then we go. Flaca. And then 1, -2. 2, -1. And then 3, -2/3. Hug it. I love you. Hug it. I love you. And then there you go. And that's all you got to do. Yes, Omari.
What's the best way to find X's?
Are you asking what numbers to plug in?
Yeah.
You figure out what the asymptote is, and you do 3 less and 3 more. We'll do another one like that. You do 2 less or 2 more. You just need a couple of points to figure out what it is. You know it's going to be this shape, flink if it's in that form, right? You know it's going to be like that. But to answer your question, Omari, let's do another one to specifically address Omari's question.
You should have done that.
I got a picture of SpongeBob so you guys can like be happy. Oh yeah. Oh, that's true. I am dressed like Mr. Rogers.
Sing the song.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Oh, you guys can't see in the darkness. Would you be mine? Won't you be mine? That sounds kind of creepy if I say that though.
You have to sing it like upbeat.
Won't you be my neighbor? But Mr. Rogers, he's a great guy. Okay, Omari, here you go. This is going to answer your question, right? Okay, so first of all, let us approach this problem in a special way by figuring out the H and K. Okay, you guys have this? And this, Omari, is going to help you figure out what numbers to put for the table. But let's figure out the H and K. I have an H, I have a K. H and K. What is my H and K? Tell your neighbor what the H and K is. All right. You know what they are? Huh? What's H? -1 is K? H? What's H? I didn't hear what you said.
K is -1.
What's H? What's H? I'm asking what H is. Oh, you said that, huh? Yeah.
It's just 4?
Yeah.
Are we gonna put K on the
H
test?
is 4. K is -1. Maybe you will. Is that hard?
Yeah.
It is. You guys are right. So guess what? Where's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, -1. What the heck? Is that our graph? No. Not even half. It's none of it. That is none of our graph. What is that? Once you get that H and K, watch this. What did I just draw there? Asymptotes. Oh my gosh. Is it almost Christmas? Have a happy, happy Christmas. It's the best day of the... What's that? After this week, it is winter break. Wait, what? Oh my gosh, I am all over the place. Ivan made a said I don't know what's up with me. It's Monday morning. Sorry, you people in TV land. I made a mistake. This is 4, 1 is my H and K. What did I do wrong?
You made it 1 negative. I mean,
1, 2, 3, 4, 1. It should be there.
No,
I don't know if he's purposely sabotaging my test.
What, did I make another mistake?
Wait, it is up. Wait, no.
That's it.
I went over
Oh,
4
it's
there.
up 1.
You went down one.
Wait, why
Four-
did you make it a negative?
4, 4, negative 1. 4, negative 1.
I'm scared not to.
Remember, it's 1 over x minus h plus k, where the h is going to be the opposite. So if this is negative, the h is going to be positive, right? And the k is just what it is.
Wait.
So what are you saying? The h. I now feel like I'm totally. H goes like this. K is up and down all the time, right? Kalani, you're like confusing me. Am I right? Am I going crazy? This is what I tell you guys forever, right? H goes like this, right? And K goes like this.
Wait.
K's up. Okay. Kalani, look at. If I say x minus h squared plus k, are you with me, Kalani? I say x plus 2. Actually, I'm gonna do this out of TV land. TV land is not gonna see this. Is it okay if I turn all the lights like that? How'd that feel for your eyes? Kaylani, and everyone else, no one else is affirming me because I'm confusing myself, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Right? So if I say x plus 3 squared minus 2, then that means I go 1, 2, 3 to the left and 2 down. And it's going to be like that, right? This is left and right. This is up and down. We've been doing that forever. Anyone else? Is anyone else confused by that? The H goes like this, class? They're really not responding to me at all. I'm having a hard time reading it. Raise your hand if it goes. Does it go like this? Do you agree? H goes like this? K goes like this? Go like this. Yes, sensei. Okay. Does H go like this, class? Do you agree?
No.
Okay, thank you. I don't know, Kelly. Look it up. No, don't look it up now. Actually, you do what you want to do. Kaylani, you do what you want to do. Kaylani can do whatever he wants. Because I know it's really Julian. All right. Omari, back to your question. You with me?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, do we understand the H and K tells us where the asymptotes are when it's in this form? 1 over this, and you have the little k over there, right? You have the H and the k. That tells us the asymptotes are. Now, what Omari was asking is, how do I know what to put in the table? How do I know what to put in the table? So you just go like this, x, y. You start, here's your middle. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Positive 4. So let's go like this. Let's put 4 in the middle. And then 3 less, and then 3 more. 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And then what do I put above it, Omari?
Negative?
What's one less than 4?
3.
3, 2, 1. And then you just plug in your numbers and solve, right? So we'll say 4 is going to be no solution because that's our asymptote, because 4 minus 4 is 0. So number 1, we go, and if you want, you can use a calculator and get decimals for this, right? I don't know if that decimals might help you. So just plug it in and solve for decimals. So let's plug in 1. 1 over 1 minus 4 minus 1. So I plug in 1, right, for my x, and I say 1 over negative 3 minus 1. And so do 1 divided by 3 and then subtract 1. I'll do that on my calculator. So you can do that, and you get a decimal. That's fine. Actually, I'd rather have a negative. It's easier if you do a negative, but just plug it in your calculator. would be negative 1/3 minus 1. That's fine. And then you minus 1, and you get negative 1.3. So that's fine. It doesn't matter. Just so we get that 1 point, right? Negative 1.3. You guys get that? Anyway? And then do 1 over 1 minus 2 minus 1. 1 over 1 minus 2 would be negative 1 minus 1, which would be negative 2. And then 1 over 1 minus 3 minus 1. I feel like I'm messing up here. Did I do that right? 1 by 1. And negative 2. And then 1 divided by 1 minus 3 minus 1, negative 1.5. I did something wrong here. I did something wrong. Why did I do 1 minus 4? Oh, I'm plugging in the wrong numbers. This should be, sorry. What am I doing wrong here? You guys see what I'm doing wrong? Anyone? It's Monday morning for me too. It should be 1 over what? 2 minus 1, right? 2 minus 4 minus 1, right? Plug in 2. Do I get the same number? 1 divided by 2 minus 4 minus 1. Negative 1.5. This should be negative 1.5. Am I right? Are you guys doing this with me or no?
Yeah.
Is it negative 1.5? Negative 1.5. And then let's do 3 again. I plug in my notes because I'm rushing. It's easier to, like, you got to write it. I have to write everything out. So this will be 1 over 3 minus 4 minus 1. 1 over 3 minus 4 minus 1. 1 divided by 3 minus 4, parentheses, and then minus 1. I got negative 2. That looks better. They should progress in the right way. You guys, so this is probably positive 2. So I'm going to erase these here and keep calculating. Scientific calculator will be better for this. Okay, so this will be 1 over 5 minus 4 minus 1. Now again, you can put in numbers that make it more divisible too, but I don't know what that'd be. 1 over 5 minus 4 would be 1 over 1 minus 1, and that should be 0. I think that's right. 1 over 6 minus 4 minus 1. So 1 over 6 might be negative, should be a half. Should be a half. 1 over 6 minus 4 minus 1. Negative 0.5. Negative 0.5. Did I calculate the first one right? 1 divided by 5 minus 4. Okay, so then this should be, I feel like it doesn't seem right to me. but we'll see in the graph. So maybe doesn't seem right. What am I doing wrong? 6 minutes.
It is.
It's right. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys think Omari's still affirming? Thank you, Omari. Let's see. 7 minus 4.
I think it's correct.
We'll see in the graph. I feel like it's not right, but we'll see in the graph. 1 divided by 7 minus 4
Pretty sure it is.
minus 1. Negative 0.66. Well, let's graph it and see. Then we'll find our mistake with the graph. So we have 1, negative 1.3, which would be negative 1.3 would be right about there. 1, 2, negative 1.5. Negative 1.5, so it's right. It looks good so far. It's getting going. That's trending in the right direction. 1, 2, 3, and then negative 2. 1, 2. So that looks good right there, right? See, you're gonna have the same shape. So that's if I have the shape, I know I'm good, right? So hug. Go through the dots and hug. Now look for those points. Make sure you list those points for me. 6, negative 0.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Negative, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. Okay, yeah, that's right. It's looking good. We're just going in that direction. 6, negative 0.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0.5. Looks good. It's on that side. The asymptote looks good. And then 7 and negative 0.66, which is a little bit lower. It'll be like that. And so it works. Okay, it works. Still look like that. So anyway. So you guys, like what I did is I just plugged in, the way I plug this in into the calculator is I go like this. The buttons I push, I hit to get the answer. I hit, you guys have a calculator, scientific calculator. You push 1, then you hit divide, and then you got to hit the parentheses. Parentheses, 5 minus 4, then close parentheses. That way it'll subtract those before it divides. Then you hit equals, and then you just subtract 1. But make sure you get the parentheses in, and I got 0, right? So that's what you guys got to do. Make sure you can enter. I think that'd be the easiest way to graph it on your calculator. You could try to pick numbers that make this, even, like plug in, I don't know, plug in numbers to make them whole numbers, but that might be hard. I think it'll be easier to just plug it in the calculator. We've only done 2 problems so far. Might not be able to watch the Limeade video. We'll see. I'll try to. I think they're the ones that go faster. Are we good?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for saying thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Graph. Identify the hole. You guys remember the hole?
Yes.
All right. So go ahead and write that out. Identify the hole. So, what would the hole be? Actually, I'll let you guys finish writing. I see you guys all writing it out. You guys remember what the hole is?
Yes.
We'll graph it first, and then we'll identify the hole. But I want you guys to tell me, what do you think the hole is? You guys ever read that book, Holes?
Yeah. I didn't read that. I had to watch that. I didn't watch the movie too. I don't remember. I read it in sixth grade.
Okay. Where's the hole for this?
Is it negative 4?
X equals negative 4 is the hole. So, as you can see, I'm just going to do it right here. These will cancel out, right? Boom. So instead, let's just graph g of x equals x minus 1 over x plus 6. Let's just graph that into our little graphing technique. First, let's find the zeros, and then we'll find the asymptotes, and then we'll test the limits, and then we'll graph. That's it, right? Okay. So what are my zeros? X equals what?
1.
1. What's my asymptote?
-6.
X equals -6. And then what about, that's my vertical asymptote. What about my horizontal asymptote?
Is it 1? Because they're both equal.
It is 1. Because m is equal to n, right? So there's a 1, nothing, so it's a 1 over a 1. So my horizontal asymptote is 1. So let's go here. We have here, it's 1, right? And we have x cannot be -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have this here. And I have my horizontal asymptote of 1. Remember, you hug and you got to cross the zeros, right? Sometimes the horizontal asymptotes you can pass, right? But on the ends, you don't pass. You pass them in the middle. Okay. Let's test our limits. Let's test our limits. Test the limits. We have here x equals 1, x equals -6. Now we're all going to use this here. So let's plug in -1,000,000. Am I going too fast? I think this one's easier than the last one, but then you have to identify the whole, right? So that might be a little bit challenging, but it's not that challenging. Okay, x equals -1,000,000. So I'm going to go negative. Everything on this side will be negative. 2 negatives to make a positive, so that's a positive. Then between -6 and 1, what should we plug in? I like 0. You can plug in anything between, but I like 0. 0 is always easy because it becomes a sign 0 when someone's negative, positive. So guess what? We have a negative, and then plug in 1,000,000. That's going to make everything positive. So we have positive, and that's that. Plug in the numbers. Raise your hand if you're with me. I'm with you, Sensei. Okay, raise your hand if you need me to just pause for a little bit. Pause for a second, Sensei. Yeah, I'll pause. When you guys practice these, right? How do you study for a test? Practice. Do each of these at least 4 times. Check your answer on Desmos, right? Okay. Luz, can I go?
Yeah.
Omari? Okay. So -6, we have a positive, right? Here's -6. We want a positive. So we want to be above the asymptotes. We want to hug. Positive is going to look like that. Boom. -6 and 1, we got a negative. So we got a hug, right? If it's negative, we want to hug. And, oh, sorry. Take it back. We want to hug, but we want to hit that 0, right? So let's hug and hit the 0. Hug, and then get to the 0. So it's going to look like that. And then we got a positive after that, right? But we have the asymptote there. Can't go past the asymptote, but it's also positive. You have to hug the asymptote. Remember, anything above this line is positive, and we don't want to go past that asymptote. So we have a nice little tight thing here. Go like that, and then there you go. Now, what about the whole? Identify the whole. Whole. X is what? We said -4. We also have to figure out the y, though. Well, let's figure out the whole at -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the whole is right about here. Right about here. So draw a little hole. Take a little eraser like this. You guys see it now? But we also have to figure out, whoa, Miss Pineda, you snuck in there. I was like, whoa.
I just have a quick question.
Yeah, what's up?
Are you giving me a limit on that ones usually?
Sure. I haven't thought about it, but I don't care. What do you?
I was thinking I should get another one easier should have done for that like before.
That's a good idea, actually. That way they can like study. That'll give them, that'll force them or encourage them to study.
Okay.
One, just front and back. I don't care. I'll have
I
right.
can do front and back.
Okay,
Right.
full page. Okay. All right, you guys with me there? So how do we figure out the y? Yes, Kalani. Plug -4 into this. You can plug in either equation. Might as well plug in this equation. It'll be easier, right? So we'll say -4 minus 1 all over -4 plus 6. So -4 minus 1 is -5 over -4 plus -5 over 2. Then you can decimal it out, but it'll be -1 3/2. No, -2. -2.5. So -2.5 or -2.5. So you have to write down -2.5. You have to write that here, or -2.5. You have to write that there. Now I would adjust my graph there a little bit. Maybe I should put the whole before. -1, 2.5, or -1, 2, 3, 4, and -1, 2. So the whole's actually right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.5. So the whole should be there. I'm going to change my graph a bit. It should look like this. Hit the hole, hit the 0, and that's better. There you go. Identify the hole. Oh, you know, I forgot. You know, I'm going to ask you on the. I'll finish this. I got to go back on the other problem. Huh? Domain and range. Well, on the other question, I'm going to ask you the domain and range. Where are they going?
They're ditching.
Should I go yell at them?
Yeah. They're important though.
Yeah, I know. What if I yell at them? They're important. And they say,
Fine.
What's your name? I'll say, Mr. Krieger. All right. So you guys good with that? Hey, I'm going to ask you to, for this one, I'm going to ask you to identify the domain and range too. Should I tell you? What is the domain and range? Should I tell you? What is it? Anyone know?
It's all real numbers.
All real numbers,
Except
except, right? Domain.
domain is X, right?
Domain is all real numbers except 1, 2, 3, 4. Except 4, right? That's all I have to say. It's all real numbers except for this. X can't be 4, right? And range is all real hashtag.
Except one.
It used to be number when I was a kid, huh?
Is it except
Except -1. What the heck?
What's family?
Except one. What time do we get out of here?
Like 20 minutes. All right,
20 minutes.
2 minutes.
We have 40 minutes. Plenty of time. We have time to watch the Limeade video? I don't know. Is that good? Can I move on? -1. Except -1.
Someone open that door.
This right here. Because of this, it tells us to go down 1, right? Are we good? Sure, Omari. You can even go in the corner as long as you're 6 feet away from everyone. I'm fine with that. If everyone else is fine with that. 6 feet away. All right. So everything else, I think that's the hardest one. Then you have this one. Then you have that one. Then you have that one. Then you have that one. Ooh, there's a lot. Then you have that one. Oh, you know what that is? Supernova. Oh, I wrote it on there. All right.
Whoa.
We'll go a little bit faster with these, okay? All right. You guys ready to graph this? Supernova. That's what we should call our class, Supernova. Name the class.
We have like 3 days left. So.
Yeah, a little late. Oh, I mean, better late than never, right? Or no? Should we just not give the class a name?
We're supposed to yell like yes and say.
I was thinking of doing that on Wednesday, actually.
I think a final. Wait, is it on?
If you guys do it loud enough, I'll give you extra credit points. If you don't do it loud, if you do it lame, I'm gonna forget it.
Oh my god, let's do karaoke.
Huh?
I want to supposed to do karaoke.
We could do it. I get a microphone, plug it in. All right. What are ours? I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna casually do this. You guys watch. You guys do it with me. What are my zeros? Find the zeros first. What are my zeros? -5 and 1. What are my asymptotes?
-7 and 6.
-7 and 6. And what's my horizontal asymptote?
1.
1, right? Any question on horizontal? Okay. If I multiply these out, it would be x squared plus something x plus something. If I multiply these out, it'd be x squared over something x plus something, right? You guys with me? So notice that the m and n are both x. They're both squared. So you take the, what are they called? You take the coefficients and you divide them. 1 divided by 1 equals what? 1. So y cannot equal 1. So my zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -5. I got a 0 there. 1. Got a 0 here, right? Asymptote 7. 6, 7. Got an asymptote here. -7. Asymptote at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got an asymptote here. And I have an asymptote at y equals 1. Let's test the limits. So I have -7, -5, 1, and 6. We going too fast? Raise your hand if you need me to pause. Okay, I'll pause. See if there's any emergencies. Emergency. You guys want to hear my emergencies are?
Yeah.
No emergencies, but I'll put it on. I'll put it on vibrate there. Now you guys can't hear it. All right. -7. Okay, -7 means everything's going to be negative, right? Plug in -1,000,000, it'll be
Positive.
negative, 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 negative. 4 negatives mean a yes, positive, right? Between -7, -5. -6, negative, negative, positive, negative. That'll be a negative. Between -5 and 0, plug in 0. Positive, negative, positive, negative. That'll be a positive. 1 and 6. That'll be a 1 and 6. Let's plug in 5. Positive, 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 negative. Got a negative. And then plug in 1,000,000. Everything will be positive, positive. And let's graph it. Am I going too fast?
No.
Pretend you need me to pause. Okay. So remember, you hug, right? Positive. Hug. Hug. Hug the asymptotes, go through the 0. Okay. This is really good that you see this here. Let's see. Oh, okay. So hug the asymptote. Hit the 0, right? Because I'm negative here, right? I assumed I was negative. I'm negative here, right? And then I got to be positive here. So I have the asymptote. So I don't want to go over the asymptote. I hit that and go here, boom. Right? Hug the asymptote. Got it? And then negative. So I hug. And then positive, hug. That's all you got to do. We cool with that? Not so bad, huh? Or is it bad? Is it bad? Let's move on. Do you guys remember we did this before? Do you guys remember we did this? Remember when I was sick and I showed you online or no?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, but okay, but it seems familiar though, at least. Yeah, seems familiar. Okay, sorry. It's like. Okay. Oh, look at our horizontal asymptotes here, right?
Is that one go with the X?
So this will be multiplied. This will be x plus 7 on top. This will be x squared minus 2x minus 8 on the denominator. But right, m is less than n. Do you guys remember what the horizontal asymptote is for that?
The X-axis?
The x-axis, yeah. All right, let's do our zeros. X equals what? Class? Or I'll pause. You guys are all setting up. Let you set up. I'm all set up. Let you guys set up. All this time. What are you guys gonna do for first period after all this?
I go to class.
You're gonna this much.
Roberts.
Oh my God.
Roberts?
Roberts is
Wait,
It's an easy A.
Roberts is an easy A? I don't believe it. She seems like she'd be tough.
She changed her teaching method.
To what?
She changed her teaching method
So why is she easy A then?
I think it's first
because she's not as smart as she used to be.
Really?
I heard that she's really good.
You should check.
All right.
Alright.
What are my zeros? What are my zeros? -7.
Yeah.
No, is that hard?
-7.
What are my asymptotes? Is it because I said zeros plural? What are my asymptotes?
-2 and 4.
-2 and 4. What is my horizontal asymptote?
X-axis. So 0.
Which is 0. Y equals 0. Okay, so let's put them. We have -7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. -7. I have -2, -2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4. And so, oh wait, -2, 4, and because this is smaller than that, as far as the exponents go, and so -7. Everything's going to be negative. Negative, negative, negative. 3 negatives make a negative. Right? Everything's going to be negative when it's negative, right? And then -7 and -2, -6. Positive, negative, negative. I got a positive here. And then 0. Positive, positive, negative. So I got a negative. And then put everything positive. Everything's going to be positive there. Got a negative. So let's see. Here, you want to hit the 0. There's no asymptotes to hug, right? So you can just go whoop, and you hit your 0, right? And then we have an asymptote to hug, right? So go to your asymptote to hug. It's positive. Got to hug that asymptote, so just get to the asymptote. You guys good? Take a picture of when it's done, maybe?
What?
I was going to take a picture. You want to take a picture when it's done, though?
Oh, yeah.
Negative? Negative. Hug the asymptote. And then positive, hug the asymptote. There, now you should probably take a picture. It's all online, though. How are we doing on time? We still have a half an hour. Okay, let's do another one. Can I move on? Raise your hand if you need me to pause.
Wait,
Yes.
when we're testing thank you. When we're testing the limits,
Yeah.
since it's like 3 instead of 4, 90, like the 3 pluses,
Yeah.
does it stays, how come it's positive?
Because it's all positive.
I thought it was like even and odd.
Only negatives. You look at the negatives. If it's even negative, then it's positive. If it's odd negative, then it's negative. But if there's no negatives, I mean, it's 0 negatives. Is 0 an even number?
Right.
Sort of, I guess, right? 0 is an even number, isn't it? Is 0 even? I think it is. But anyway, all positives are positives, right? Positive, 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 positive. The negative can change everything. Okay. Oh, here we go. Yeah, boy. You know who says that?
You.
Flavor Flav. Public Enemy? No. I think he's inappropriate. It's good that you guys don't listen to him. He says they're very inappropriate.
I know he is.
No, it's inappropriate. I can't believe I endorse that. Don't listen to Public Enemy. You're too young. Don't listen to Public Enemy. Actually, I don't even really know.
Synthetic
I think they do a lot of swear words. Ooh, who has Miss Roberts' first period together with Kehlani?
I probably did too.
Oh, have fun.
The gang?
Hey, we're all gonna be.
All right. So, what is my zeros? X is 3 and -1. What is my asymptote?
-2.
-2. But what about my horizontal asymptote?
You need to do synthetic division.
It has to go slanted or diagonal. So in order to do this, we have to multiply this out. X squared minus 2x minus 3 all over x plus 2. Do I need a pause so you guys can figure out how I got that? So we're going to divide. What am I going to divide to figure this out?
Negative. It's going to be synthetic division.
Yeah.
With -2.
-2 and 1, -2, -3, right? You guys with me? And this will give me my y equals. Now we can ignore the 3. So go 2, -2, -4. This will be negative. We don't even need to do this here. This will be 8. This will be 5. But who cares about this section here? Who cares about it? Who cares about that? So we have 1, -4. So it's y equals
1x.
1x minus 4. That'll be my horizontal asymptote. X minus 4. Okay? Be my horizontal. Then you just graph it as y equals x minus 4. But let's do our zeros. 1, 2, 3. I got a 0 here. I got a 0 at -1 here. I have an asymptote at -2. Ooh, that's going to be tough. And my horizontal asymptote, you guys remember how to graph a line? -4 means I go down 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's usually going to be, up 1 over 1. See, I have this, you just go up the corner, right? There we go. That looks good. All right. Let's test our limits, shall we? -1,000,000, everything's going to be negative. Negative, negative, negative. Negative. Oh, between -2 and -1. -1.5. -1.5. Negative, negative, positive. So that'll be positive, right? And then between here, negative, let's do 0, positive. So this will be negative. And then everything over here, everything will be positive, so everything will be positive. Okay. So here's the thing. You're always going to have something that looks like this. Okay? You're going to have like your asymptotes are going to look like this. Or right? You guys see that? With the slant asymptote? Your answers are either going to be like this. You guys ready? You guys remember what they're going to be like? Okay, so let me know. So I've already started with it. They're either going to look like this. See how there's like an X? They're either going to be like this. Like that. Or it's going to be like inside the X or outside the X. I don't know how else to describe it. Or it's going to look like this. Right? Outside or side or up. I don't know what you'd call that, right? So this one to me looks like, since this is negative, now my asymptote's here, it's going to be like this. And then we have a positive, so I'm going to go like this. Hit my 0, right? And then we're going to go negative up to here, right? To our 0. Then we're going to be positive. So this is like that's this one. Did that one, right? So just remember on the slant, what do we call it? It's going to be, maybe say vertical or horizontal. Maybe say that vertical or horizontal. I don't know what you'd want to call that. But either on the tops or on the sides. This one's on the tops, top and bottom, or left and right. All right. Can I move on? That one took me 10 minutes to do. Raise your hand if you need me to pause. Any questions? Okay, so now this one is like all the others, except you just have to factor it first, right? So I'm gonna, because do I just have one more after this one, and then that's that. So we have 2 more to do. We have 20 minutes, so we can get done in 10 each. So you guys want a second to try to factor it? You have to factor it. I'm going to factor it real quick in my head. You guys don't look up, and I'm going to put the answers up here just a second once you factor it. Don't look up. I think that's right. You guys agree with me? I did it in my head. Don't do it in your head. Do the exit view.
Yes.
Then once you do that, you just graph the same way as you always graph, right? Okay. Okay, let's say, what are my zeros? 7,
-1.
-1. What are my Asymptote.
-3, 1.
-3? Thank you, Clure. 1. So I got 1, 2, 3. I got that. And then 1. -1. And 7. What's my horizontal asymptote?
1.
Horizontal?
1.
Just me and you, Claire. Anyone else? Let's see if anyone else knows that. Daisy, what's my horizontal asymptote?
1.
1. Okay, thank you. 1. Everyone know why it's 1?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I guess you guys are just ready with this, right? Plug in negative. Everything's negative. Negative. Positive. Plug in between -2. Negative. Positive, negative. You have you guys see a pattern? They usually flip flop unless you have like, well, this should be positive. So we have 0, negative, positive, negative. We got a positive, and then 2, negative, positive. We have a negative, and then everything is a million. Do a positive because everything's positive, right, Omari? It's all positive, it's positive. Sorry, they cut you off guard because you're writing stuff. I was just addressing your question from before. They're all positive, so it's positive. This one's pretty straightforward too. You graph it? You guys ready to graph? We have one more after this one. Here's if you're ready for me to graph it. Graph it, Sensei. Okay. All right. Positive. So positive, right? Hug. Hug.
Yeah.
Hug. Negative. Hug. To the 0. Hug. Dude, okay. Now. You guys with me here so far? I want to show you something. Where do you think that next part's going to go if it's positive? What do you think, Brent? Where's that one's going to go? From here to here. It's positive. I have this asymptote here. Where's it going to go? Do you have an idea? Huh? Should I? Yes. Remember, you have to hug this asymptote. So we're going to have to cross the asymptote. In the middle, you can cross the horizontal asymptote. So you're going to want to go like this. You got to hug it. You got to hug the verticals. It's going to go up like that. And then we have a negative to the 0. And then positive. Now what do we want to do? Now we want to hug the asymptote and just stay like that. That's that. Should I come early in the morning tomorrow? You guys want to, if you want, I'll be here at lunch. When anyone come, I don't know. We can six feet apart and eat if you want to come in at lunch. I have one more to do. What do you guys think? I'll let you guys. I'll let Mari.
You know what I was doing?
What?
I was thinking to multiply the bottom instead of the top. That's why I was like thinking.
Okay, raise your hand if we can move on. One more problem. Okay. All right, Daisy, what's your question? I said if you want to move on. Hannah, can we move on? Hannah, Daisy? Okay. You guys didn't raise your hand. I just want to make sure you're okay. Hannah, you look like a Jawa. You guys know what Jawa is?
Yeah.
In Star Wars? That's a compliment. I don't know. Maybe I should have said that. Because you have the hood and you can't see your face. All right. So, we have to factor the denominator. X. You guys go and factor it. Is it factorable? So I will have a couple of you have to factor. Just make sure you know how to do that.
How many questions?
8, I think. Just 8 graphs. And I think we just did it. How many did we do? What number is this? Number 8? Number 7? You're counting the warm-up. Okay. Counting the warm-up. All right. What are my zeros?
zero.
-5. Right now.
Those are my asymptotes. -5 and 3. What are my zeros?
It's just zero.
No zeros. There's no x there, right? How do you say zero? How do you spell zero? Z-E-R-O-S. No zero. There's no apostrophe. Yeah, I know. So, woo. And no, none one of these, right? You guys see why there's no zeros? There's no x. So there can't be a zero in the numerator. There's no zeros. You can't, like before, here, I say to make it all zeros, 7 makes it 0, -1 makes it 0. You plug in those numbers. You can't, there's nothing to plug in here, right? So there's no zeros. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -5. -5. I forgot the horizontal asymptotes. 1, 2, 3. 3. What's my horizontal? The x-axis. Y cannot equal 0.
Oh,
What was that?
that was for sure a person. No, it's no way. Good, look at that. Look at that tree.
Anyone out here? See that?
Your point scared me.
All right. So let's do our test our limits, right? Negative. Everything's negative. We got a positive, right? 0. 1 positive, 1 negative. We have a negative. And a million. 2 positives make it a positive. We have a positive. And we're almost done here. Positives. What do? We hug. Negative, what do? We hug. Positives, what do? We hug. Notice there are no zeros. And that's all we got to do. Should I offer lunch? You don't want to come in here at lunch
For like the final.
for this test?
Wait, but the test is tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Lunch today.
Oh, I thought you. Sorry.
You thought I meant lunch tomorrow?
Yeah, I was like.
Well, I'll be here at lunch if you guys want to come. Is that cool? We cool with that?
It's so hard by the time I get here. You're gonna want to eat lunch.
That's that. Can I get rid of this? Raise your hand if you still need this. Do you still need this up here? All right, now that's an hour and a half. Who would watch this for an hour and a half? That'd be. You would? Okay.
45 minutes.
Maybe for real sometime. Study.
Skip the part where I'm flipping you off.